Well, friends, I'm back from my side quest out in Montana in Yellowstone, and I'm staying here at the Notch Hostel and going to begin my hike over the Kinsmans and Moosilauke, and then headed south to end the journey. Got 220 miles left, and so I think I'm going to take advantage of the slack pack option that the Notch offers to hike over the Kinsmans with just some food, clothes, and water, and leave the rest of my gear here. So that's the plan. Welcome back. I'm happy to be back on the trail and get this thing done. I'll talk to you later. Morning, friends. I left the Notch Hostel this morning. Currently climbing up Wolf Mountain on my way to do about a 17-mile day. Climbing Wolf, both Kinsmans, down around Lonesome Lake Hut and down to the Flume Visitor Center. It's a big day, but I don't have all my pack weight with me because I left it at the hostel. So I'm just carrying some warm clothes, some snacks, some water, and hopefully gonna be able to get that done. That'll give me a boost. It's a little overcast today. It's supposed to stay that way all day, which, as long as the rocks are dry, it's good for hiking. So I'll get on with my hike and touch base with you later. Cool little pond and boggy area on my way up South Kinsman. Got about another mile before I get up to the summit, which looks like it's in the clouds. Came over South Kinsman. Clouds are starting to clear. There's Franconia Ridge across the way. That little lake is the Lonesome Lake, where there's a hut. Hiking down to that. Little tower over there is Cannon. Great view. Good morning. Just left the Notch Hostel. Yesterday I did a 16.5-mile day. Hiked over Wolf Mountain and both Kinsmans. It was nice because I didn't have to carry my full pack. It was great. And then in that process, I ran into an old friend from the trail. Ran into Jack in the Box. I'll show you his picture here. That was awesome. And then when I finished the day, he gave me a call, and his dad and brother took us out to eat. So that was a lot of fun, getting to see him again and spend some time. So today the plan is going over Mount Moosilauke. Last mountain in the Whites. Second to last mountain I'm going to have to climb over on my journey to finish. So super excited. It is a gorgeous day. Looking forward to seeing the views on top, and I'll share those with you when I get there. So touch base later. Made it to the summit of Moosilauke, the last big mountain I have in New Hampshire to climb. And I'll give you a picture of what it looks like. It's quite windy and cold, so we'll make it quick. That's what I'm looking at right now. Cloud cover. White Mountains are in that direction under clouds. It's a cool walk off of the summit of Moosilauke. It is cold up here though. To an intersection. Glencliff Trail. Don't think I want to go see that peak. Alright, down off Moosilauke now. Good morning. Last night I stayed at the Hiker's Welcome in Glencliff. Had the opportunity to forward my pack there, excuse me, and hike over Mount Moosilauke with just a day pack, so I took advantage of that. But I finished the whites yesterday, and now I'm headed out towards Hanover. Man, it feels great walking on ground where there's not loaded with rocks and it's mostly just forest, litter, leaves and sticks and whatnot. Wonderful. So less than 200 miles before I get home, and I'm super excited for that. So I think I'm gonna try to push some big miles the next couple of days. If I'm able to average 19 miles a day for the next 4 days, I'll get into Rutland, Vermont area and get to see my grandkids over the weekend. Otherwise, if I get there on Monday, they'll be in school. So I think that's a great incentive to do some big mile days. So I'm gonna get to it. I'll talk to you later. Look at this. Fall is beginning already. It's my favorite time of the year to hike, when the leaves are changing color. So these last 200 miles are going to be enjoyable for me. Walking through the woods, enjoying the fall colors, spending time with God. Just a pretty little pond early in the morning. Man, I love the humor of people who work and volunteer on the trail. The castle and its throne. On top of Mount Cube, to give you a little panorama. It's a beautiful day. Got some views. Yeah. Nice. This is the old fire warden's cabin up on Smarts Mountain in New Hampshire. It's kind of run down a bit, but yeah. Up top in the old fire tower, top of Smarts Mountain. Yeah, it's pretty high up. It is pretty stinking warm in here. Floor has a trap door. And yeah. Most of these fire towers seem very similarly made as I've climbed these on the trail. I wonder if one company built them and shipped them out. They all kind of go together the same. But it makes sense. It's pretty wild. All that green on the ground is the needles from the pine trees. You can hear them falling like rain. I don't know if it's lack of rain or winter's coming, but they're evergreens. So, all right, I'm here at the Trapper John shelter. There used to be a cabin here, which is why there's a fireplace. But what's crazy is all 6 months of being on the trail, I think tonight's the first night I'm going to end up sleeping alone. Crazy to think after all these months. First night. I think I'll stay in the shelter. Good morning. I'm leaving the Trapper John shelter, headed toward Hanover. Some people call Dartmouth because that's where the school is. A little over 16 miles to get there. Should be an easier day than yesterday. Ooh. 22 miles yesterday with like 6,000 feet of ascent. But I'm trying to do some bigger miles because my daughter and grandkids are in Rutland, Vermont area. And my two grandsons are going to a monster truck show on Saturday. And if I can get there by then, I can surprise them by joining them and being there. So that's my goal. Trying to do some big days to be able to meet up with them. So excited for that. Weather continues to be beautiful. 70s during the day, 40s at night. Last night was the first night camping alone since the beginning of this journey, which was crazy that it's been this long. But ended up setting my tent up in the shelter because I didn't want to deal with the mice. So slept great. Now I'm headed to Hanover and the finishing of New Hampshire, which means I'll only have Vermont left. So I'm gonna get going. Touch base with you later. Beautiful view this morning off the ledges. It's a cool little boardwalk. Huge field of cattails. My goodness. We're in Hanover. A little bit of rush hour. I'm on the wrong side of the bridge. Wah, wah, wah. But I'm now in Vermont. So last night stayed at the St. Barnabas Episcopal Church. Cute little New Englandy church. Actually stayed in the parsonage next door, upstairs. They got a little bunk room for hikers and nice and quiet. Highly recommend. Good morning. Yesterday I left New Hampshire and crossed over into Vermont. Spent the night at St. Barnabas Episcopal Church. They have a little bunk room, one in the church building and then one in the parsonage. So stayed in the parsonage. Now I'm headed out of town. I'm in Norwich, Vermont. Last state. Got about 150 miles of hiking to my journey, which feels amazing. So it's a bit cool this morning. I'm in the mist and whatnot, so it's feels like a good day. So gonna get hiking. Touch base with you later. It's a great lunch spot. Well, thank you for the welcome to Vermont. And you know what? I did relax and enjoy this view while I ate my lunch. It's a beautiful Vermont fall field setting. It's a beautiful trail. Even more beautiful, wild apples. Looks like I'm gonna get a good snack. I love this section of the AT through Vermont. These huge stone walls on either side. One there too. This obviously an old road between two fields or homesteads. I mean, it's just beautiful. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Well, it's a beautiful forest. Calling it home for the night. There's a nice little water source down there, which makes it perfect. And the trails right there. Morning. Leaving a little unofficial campsite along a little stream here in Pomfret, Vermont. Hiked 19 miles yesterday. I'm on track to get to Rutland by tomorrow morning, so that's great. Weather's been amazingly beautiful, in the 70s during the day, 40s, low 50s at night. Leaves are changing colors. Just a beautiful week to be hiking. So getting an early start. I want to get some miles in, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'll share some photos as I go. Talk to you later. It's a beautiful morning here in Vermont. I've been over 2,000 miles, and this is only the second ladder I've seen. Good job. It's a clear night, so I decided to camp with a view. Home for the night. Good morning. Leaving this morning, my tent site there up on the bluff, under the power lines, but overlooking the ski slopes. It was beautiful, quiet, slept well. Today got a 4.5 mile hike down to the road in Killington, where my son-in-law is going to pick me up. And I've made it the miles. I did average like 19 miles a day. And yeah, we're gonna be able to surprise the grandkids. So excited for that. So just a 4.5 mile day, and then 24 hours with my family. So I'll touch base with you later. It's a pretty lake. Nice little dock. Vermont's pretty. What's up, guys? What's up? Where are we going?
To a monster truck thing to see monster trucks.
Monster trucks!